Hello children, welcome back to Max class. Hope you are all eagerly waiting to learn something new today. Today we are going into part 3 of simple equations. Okay children, and every time we used to have a thought before our class. And today's thought is the good life is one inspired by love and guided by knowledge. Hope you all remember in previous session I mentioned about this. We should be capable of balancing both love and knowledge in our life. So it is the one inspired. Okay, it will be liked by all. You will be loved by all. Okay, the good life, even our life will become good if we have this one inspired by love and guided by knowledge. Okay, children? Okay, let us get into today's session. And before that, let's have a recap of all the concepts that we learned in previous two videos. Okay, children? First thing what we learned is about variables. Hope you all know variable is a quantity which take many values. It is not fixed. It keeps on changing. Then constant. Constants are fixed quantity. They will not change. They will not vary. Then equations. What is equation? Come on. I couldn't. Yes. Equations. Turn over the pages in your note or in your book and find it. Equations or the conditions applied on a variable. Only if I apply a conditions or over a variable, I will get an equation. And we learned how to frame equation when an English expression is given. When a statement is given, you will frame an equation. If an equation is given, you will write statement for that. Isn't it? Then we learned what is conditions of equations. Then checking whether it is a solution or not. You hope you remember what is a solution. If the value of that variable satisfies the equation, then it is a solution. If it doesn't satisfy, it is not a solution. Then we also solved by trial and error method. But it is not convenient, isn't it? Trying it for many values and it is not satisfying. We may lose hope. Oh, this equation may not have solution. It's not such thing. Every equation will have a solution. Okay. There are equations which has many number of solutions too. When you grow up, you will learn all those things also. Okay. Now let's see a numerical equation. Here we have a numerical equation. 8 minus 3 is equal to 4 plus 1. What is 8 minus 3? 5. What is 4 plus 1? Again 5. So it's an equation. It is well balanced and I can say it's an equation. What is missing here? We saw a few conditions for an equation, no? What is missing? Yes, we don't have any variable here. Okay, it's a numerical equation. Now what am I going to do is add 2 to both sides. I have to add 2 on both sides. What is there in LHS? 8 minus 3. If I add plus 2 along with this, I get 8 minus 3 is 5. Again plus 2, I get 7. Similarly, if I add 2 in this right hand side, 4 plus 1, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. See here, is there any change in this equation after adding 2 on both sides? There is no change. So, if we add the same number to both sides of a balanced equation, the balance is undisturbed. Can you tell me what will happen if I subtract on both sides? Shall we try it? Okay. Subtract 2 from both sides. What will happen now? 8 minus 3 is equal to 5. This minus 2. I am subtracting it. I get 3. What will happen into the right hand side? 4 plus 1 is 5 and subtracting minus 2. So again I get 3. Even if I subtract, the equation is undisturbed. If we subtract the same number from both sides of a balanced equation, the balance is undisturbed. Is it clear, my dear children? What will happen if we multiply or divide both sides of the equation by the same number? The balance is undisturbed. So, I can add, I can subtract, I can multiply, I can divide, but it should be done on both the sides without showing any partiality. Okay. Throughout this chapter, remember the story of monkey and two cats. Hope you all know that. We should always maintain the balance. Okay. These conclusions are also valid for equations with variables, as in each equation, variable represents a number only. Okay. Here we took an example of numerical equation, but it is same even if we have variable, because even in the place of variable we are going to substitute number. That's what it's stated here. Okay, children. Now shall we begin? Okay, here I have an equation. Now my objective is to find the value of x. It's like a physical balance. What is there in left hand side of that balance? X plus 3. What is there in the right hand side? 8. My objective is to find the value of x, isn't it? So, I don't want this 3. How to remove this 3? If I erase it, it will go off, isn't it? But what will happen to this equation? It will be unbalanced. This side will get tilted, isn't it? I mean, this side 8 will get more and it will go down. As I have taken 3 out of this, it will move up. And it is not a balanced equation then. So what should I do? I should do whatever I do in the left hand side, the same should be done on the right hand side also. So I am going to subtract 3 on both sides. What will I get if I subtract 3 on both sides? This 3 plus 3 minus 3 together we will get 0. Integers, different sign, subtract. So plus 3 minus 3 is 0. What is remaining? X alone is remaining. Here, if I subtract 3 from 8, what will I get? 5. See, it seems to be a magic, no? We got the value of x to be 5. So, the answer for x is 5. I got the solution. Isn't it very simple? See, recall the trial and error method. It was very hectic and very big method. But this is very simple. We have to subtract minus 3 on both sides. Do you see any simple logic here? I subtracted on both sides. Okay. See here, plus 3. If I have plus 3 here, when it get transferred, here it becomes as minus 3. Okay. This law is called as, this rule, not law, this rule is called as transposing. Okay. I will explain you in few examples too. See here, now I have one more equation, x minus 3. There I had x plus 3. Now I am having x minus 3 is equal to 10. I have placed it in a balance. Now what should I do now? I want only x here. I don't want this minus 3. If I erase it, it will go off. How to erase it off? How to make this as 0? If I add plus 3, along with that, I will make it as 0. So if I do plus 3 here in the left hand side, I should do the same in the right hand side. So what will I get here? Plus 3 minus 3 becomes 0. So 10 plus 3 is 13. So I get the answer x is equal to 13. Is it clear, my dear children, how I do operation on both the sides? Now here is one more example. Here 5 into y. There is no operation plus and minus. What does it mean? Very good. I have multiplication symbol here. 5 into y is equal to 35. I want to find the value of y alone, not 5. I don't want this 5. How to remove this? If I add 5, what will happen? It will become 5y plus 5. But I want only 5. How to get rid of this 5? I don't want this 5. It is in multiplication. What should I do now? is I should divide by 5 on both the sides. I have divided it. So it becomes 1 y, only y. 1 y means y alone. And 1 5 is 5. 7 5s are 35. Is it clear, my dear children? Similarly, see here, whatever here we have, when I have it here, it comes in the division. Okay. Now, in this equation, next equation, I have m by 2. Along with this m, I have a number 2, but it is in division. Now, easily you will say, ma'am, we have to multiply. If it is in multiplication, you divide. If it is in division, you multiply. If it is in plus symbol, you subtract. If it is in minus symbol, you add it. These are the changes we make in the equation to find the solution. Is it clear, my dear children? 2 into m by 2 is equal to 5 into 2. I have multiplied by 2 on both the sides. So this get cancelled. See here, don't go in for cross multiplication now. Okay, only if I have plus and minus here, you should go for cross multiplication. It is multiplication, my dear children. Here you will have it as 2 by 1. You will multiply and cancel. Do you remember fraction multiplication that we learnt in previous chapter? Recall it and be careful while you work with numbers. Okay, that's why I am repeatedly saying practice every day. Not only on 3 days. Your practice should happen every day. So I get 2 to cancel and m alone on the left hand side and 5 2s are 10 on the right hand side. Is it clear, my dear children? Now let us solve the equation. Now I am going to make it a simple method for you. See here, if I have m by 2 here, m by 2 is equal to 5. I can easily say that this 2 get transferred to this side in multiplication. 5 into 2. Easily will get the answer. 5 2s are 10. If I have m plus 2 is equal to 5, how will it get transferred? If it get transferred from left hand side to right hand side, it becomes m is equal to 5 minus 2. Okay, children? Now if I have minus here it will become as plus 2. That's how we are going to see it in the next slide. Okay, this rule is called as transposing. Okay, solve the equations. Here I have y minus 4 is equal to minus 7. And though it is like a physical balance, we were learning about adding plus 4 on both sides. You can use that method also. Like here minus 4, I don't want this minus 4. I will add plus 4 on both sides. So I will get the answer as y is equal to minus 7 plus 4 is minus 3. But it will be much easier if you use the rule of transposing. See here, if I transfer this minus 4 to this side, it becomes plus 4. So y is equal to minus 7 plus 4. Different sign, subtract and give the bigger number sign. If I subtract, I get 3. Bigger number is 7. So my answer is y is equal to minus 3. Whenever you find the solution, what is the speciality of solution? What condition should it satisfy? It should satisfy the equation. So in reverse order, you can check whether your solution is right or wrong. Shall we check now? Here it is. LHS. What is LHS? What is there in left hand side? Y minus 4. I have y minus 4. In the place of y, just now I found the solution to be minus 3. So in y place, I have placed minus 3. Here minus 4. Minus 3 minus 4, I get minus 7. Which is there in right hand side. So it is satisfying the equation. Hence it is the solution. Let us continue in next video. Bye.